of Israel is Passover. And that's where it comes from, the death of the firstborn of Egypt. But wherever God saw the blood, he said, I will pass over. But I never want you as a people, he said to Israel, I never want you to forget this. And so God instituted certain laws and feasts and festivals in the nation of Israel's life, in their religious life, so that they would never forget their great deliverance from God. And by the way, you should never forget your great deliverance from God either. And so we come to this passage now. Now I want you to write down 4 words before we read the passage. Are you ready to write down 4 words? Because we are the donkey. I want you to remember that, but here's 4 words. Every firstborn, every living firstborn, God said, is mine. Because I set Israel, my firstborn nation, free by destroying the firstborn of Egypt. All the firstborn of Israel, they're mine. Whether it's an animal or the firstborn son in a family, it's the law of the firstborn. But every firstborn, one of these 4 things must happen. Number 1, it must be sacrificed. Or it must be redeemed. Or it must be substituted. Or it must be destroyed. It must be sacrificed, it must be redeemed, it must be substituted, or it must be destroyed. But something has to happen to the firstborn. God's claim is on the firstborn. Now let's go to our text and find out why I called you a donkey and why you called your neighbor a donkey and why you called yourself a donkey. Because we are the donkey. Look at Exodus chapter 13. And this is that night of the Exodus, and then God is establishing the Passover and all the laws of the Passover. In Exodus 13, 1 and 2, then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, consecrate to me, or sanctify unto me, all the firstborn. Whatever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and beast, it is mine. So there's the law of the firstborn. You got it? Every firstborn of man or of animal is mine. Go on down to verse 11. And it shall be when the Lord brings you to the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and your fathers, and gives it to you, that you shall set apart to the Lord all that open the womb, that is, every firstborn that comes from an animal which you have, the males shall be the Lord's. But every firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb. And if you will not redeem it, then you shall break its neck. And all the firstborn of man among your sons you shall redeem. So it shall be when your son asks you in the time to come, saying, what is this? That you shall say to him, by strength of hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt and out of the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh was stubborn about letting us go, that the Lord killed all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all males that open the womb, but all the firstborn of my sons I redeem. It shall be as a sign on your hand and as frontlets between your eyes, for by strength of hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt. I just read for you what I call, at least a portion of, the law of the firstborn. And here's point number 1. Under the law of the firstborn, we've already said it, the firstborn belongs to God.